Dude.
What?
I did all the. I did all the. What? I did all the things and I didn't press the record. I was pressing record on both of these things. So okay. But that was good. See how easy this podcasting thing is? We just talk stories, very comfortable. And I didn't press record. So we were talking for about 20 minutes and it wasn't recording.
Oh, that was good too.
But it's a good, yeah. So we're gonna redo it then.
But she has to go because her blessing is at 3.
Oh, so yeah, not yet. So nice try, Julia.
No, I'm just trying to,
Okay. Well, again, welcome to the Round Block Podcast, where we talk to people instead of talking about them. And what goes around comes around. And period. But so it's
so how can people listen to this? Because like a few people had asked me.
Okay, so you'll be able to listen to this. It'll be available Spotify, iTunes.
How do you make it more so she can lean back?
No, that's good. Right there.
Just behind your back, maybe?
No, it's good. Oh yeah, this is good.
So mainly iTunes and stuff. And
Is he okay?
He's quiet.
Yeah, I guarantee he's okay.
Okay, just making sure.
Cab's good with kids. That's one thing I like about Cabbage, bro. Like fucking all the kids love Uncle Cabbage. You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
But he's this big fucking Portuguese, and
he looks like a jungle gym.
Yeah, he had a good housing opportunity out there.
Oh, okay. I know Waimea's so pretty.
It is. He has a beautiful house in Waimea too. Like, I was just like make up. It's a long drive too, though. You know what I mean? So, if I'm gonna go there, like I have to tell her, going to visit Cab, hang out with Cab, and she's like, "You're not gonna come home, are you?" I was like, if I drink, I'm not gonna drive. You know, and I mean, remember how when we were together, we do go through that. We'd have fights like about that stuff because I don't know if it's just because getting out of jail and shit kind of, I don't know. Jail left a weird impression on my life. I'm not scared. Going through prison and stuff, it didn't scare me into not going back. I'm not scared to go back because I'm not worried about.
You would even say you would want to go back.
Yeah,
to like work out and stuff.
Yeah, I was all dude. I was shredded. But not only that, man. There was like, you don't have any problem. You're not worried about bills, dude. I mean. I dated, for everybody that's listening right now, Haley was my first baby's mom when I got out of prison. Mm-hmm. And, we had Paige. And then what was it? 10 months later, we had Presley. So
Yeah. I remember being 5 months. No, Paige was 5 months old. And then I was pregnant with Presley, yeah.
Already.
And I was like, hell no, I'm not going to do this. I was not, but she's.
Yeah, but that's our baby though now, right? But then, I mean, Haley, always, like when we get in fights, she's like, I've been fucking pregnant for 2 years.
That is so crazy.
I hated being pregnant.
But you were right. You were. It was, 9 months. 9 months. It's basically 2 years. So sure. Shout out to you, man.
Seriously.
But I've always given you credit for that. And, for the most part, I've always kind of supported your ideas and stuff. So, and whatever you wanted to do. So, but have you always supported my ideas?
Yeah,
that is the question.
Yeah. I probably seem like the worst because I feel like, I wouldn't even support any of your ideas. That's so fucked. Like everything. Oh, no, I don't like it. No, I don't like everything.
Yeah. Dude. And I was just like, I used to just think, well, are you just doing that to be mean to me or what's going on? But, how like I mentioned earlier too, like Haley had a shopping addiction too. And I just got released from prison. I'm making minimum wage. And she's going to these check cashing places and getting money fronted to her so she could go. And I'm like, no, we got to build, because I wanted to start a clothing line. So I was like, no, we got to save our money so I can start this clothing line and stuff. And, she'd just be always spending money. So, in the beginning of the relationship, we always fought about money because we didn't have any. And then, farmers market started to pop off and, money was really good. And then instead of fighting about money, we fought about like my work and, my, like me getting girls to model for the brand or, going, taking everybody out. I rent party buses and stuff. But I was just like, it's part of that whole social media thing where that's part of that social currency. And people, it gets people to talk about your brand. And, I always use social networks as a form of free marketing and promotion. And in turn, I made really good sales through it. And I think, in the beginning, you kind of failed to see it like that. But you're a business, well, you're going to be a business owner and your salon opens up in a week. So for for anybody on the Big Island, Haley does hair. She's opening up her own salon. It's a dream of hers. She's reached this, shout out to Haley. But she's reached this point in her life where, she's finally going to have her own salon. And she's going to kick ass at it because you've been doing hair for how long now?
Like
10
years.
13 years. And you just got your license last year.
That's so fucking... It doesn't matter. We got it.
Yeah, totally.
I'm never going to take an exam ever again in my life. Ever. That was the last.
No, because I mean, there was a couple of times like you almost got your license and then you put in the hours.
Yeah.
And then there was problems because you wanted to switch salons. So the salon owner wouldn't release your hours to, for that.
Oh, yeah, you remember that?
Yeah,
And I like snapped at her. Yeah, and she was like an auntie.
Yeah, dude. Haley just went off on her, and I was just like, probably shouldn't talk to her. You're definitely not gonna.
Yeah. I definitely didn't get it from her.
But hey, how's about that one time? We're flying to the Big Island from Oahu one Christmas.
Oh my god.
And she's such a snapper. I was flying. I flew standby. So, I had asked the guy if I could jump on the earlier flight to go with her and the kids, because we had 2 kids. And it's just easier if I take one kid and she takes one kid and stuff. And they instructed me to go over to the podium and ask the lady over there. And then she instructed me back to the door agent. And then he's like, oh, too late, yeah. Oh no, it was the lady.
She had
oh, it's too late. And then right there, I was just like, oh, I'm sorry, but they said to come see you and that you could help me out. And then Haley, like the lady was right in the back of her, and Haley was like, ooh, I fucking punch her face. and then right there, the lady was right in back of her, and then she said, wait, what did you say? And she turned around.
She actually said that?
Yeah, and then right there, Haley, you heard what I said? Not like you never.
The security had to I couldn't go on the plane. This was Christmas Eve. I had to leave the airport. Yeah. And then the security guard was like, oh, baby, you gotta calm down or else they're gonna not let you come to this airport.
I knew him from FDC. That's the only reason he was supposed to arrest you. But he was one of the guards at FDC. Mm-hmm. And I told him, he's like, oh, what's up, bro? How you been? And everything. I was like, oh, bro, I'm so sorry. He's like, hey, they want me to arrest her and trespass her and stuff. I was like, no, cannot, bro. It's Christmas Eve, and he was a fucking bro. He was a super cool prison guard, bro. One of the COs he'd actually play handball with the inmates, bro. Super solid guy, huh?
That's cool.
Yeah, no, he's a super cool guy. And then, so he's just okay. I just gonna walk you out, and that's 10 years ago, so I don't think he can get in trouble already. But he's gonna act like he's gonna trespass you. He just walked you out and he let you go. Yeah. I flew.
I think it was the lady's last day of work because she had plenty late.
Yeah.
And she was kind of giggling and some, so I wanted to react to it. And he grabbed my arm. He's like, let's go, And so I debated, should I wait outside? What's her name? I didn't want to leave because she was really she was a cunt.
No, she was really
some of the Hawaiian Airlines, Oahu's one. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that was the strangest thing to me, man.
But a customer came into Supercuts, and he's my customer now. Duchess used to do him, and he brought it up. He was there. He was,
no.
you know, I felt kind of like shamed to tell you this, but, you know, there was an incident a year, maybe this was like 3 years ago at that time. You were at the airport and there was a, you know, I don't know if that was your boyfriend or whatever and your kids. And there was like this big commotion. I couldn't believe somebody fucking like remember that. And it was like years ago. I'm like,
so
oh my God,
funny.
that's so shame.
But I mean, then I came over here to the Big Island. You know, I had to stay with your parents, and it's like I didn't know what to tell them. I was like, oh, yeah, you kind of got into a little bit of trouble at the airport.
Your dad was at home in Kaneohe, and he's like, oh, what are you doing back home? I'm like, Grandpa, they kicked me out of the airport.
And he's all stoked. He's probably ready for throwing party too. My dad. But yeah, so you know, we definitely had our ups and downs, and you know how we you know, a lot of people remember that one time that we were kind of arguing on social media. I know we talked about it before too, but you know, what like looking back at it, you know, and this is for everybody that's listening and stuff too, for like, you know, because I got a little bit of followers and stuff, but you know, to not put your, you know, your personal drama out there on the internet, because there's a lot of people that are just unhappy with their personal lives, and they feed into that stuff, and you know, they feed you, they try to hype you up in a way to, you know, get a reaction out of you, so to keep us fighting. That's why I always said too, and I always it's a manipulation thing. And I was like, dude, why are you gonna, you know, they're screenshotting me on Instagram because I'm, you know, liking a girl's photo or whatever, and screenshotting and sending it to you, and then you're snapping at me, and I'm just like, dude, this is what I do for a living. You know, I don't have money, I can't pay models, and I like to just work with, you know, models and people, and, you know, make new friends and stuff. I'm just trying to network, and I'm just trying to, you know, get this brand popping and stuff. And you know, we put our, you know, our dirty laundry out there on the internet, and you know, it made a lot of mutual friends that we both had, you know, kind of have to pick sides after that, you know. And then, you know, even now that, you know, we're close and stuff again, and we're friends, they still have that, you know, that they're kind of still a little uncomfortable. Yeah, like, oh, should I say hi or shouldn't I say? And so, you know, do you agree that we probably shouldn't have done that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys are having problems with your, you know, with your ex and stuff, just always think about the kids, especially when there's kids involved. You know, it's very counterproductive, and you know, it hurts their feelings too. You have to see their parents scrap all the time. So, probably a bad idea to do that kind of stuff. But you know, but thank you for being friends with Julia. You know, the people that benefit here are the kids. But yeah, like I said, thank you for allowing Julia to you know, to be in our kids' lives and stuff together. Yeah, so I mean, I like I like your guys' relationship. You know, you guys invite each other out to dinner and drinks together, and you know, we all went to a concert together one time.
We did. That was fun.
Yeah. Before Juju was pregnant, and we could actually like drink and stuff.
And do stuff.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, now she has all my kids and I'm the one that's doing stuff. I talk to her more than I actually talk to Keone. Especially when it comes to the kids. I'm like, hi sis, can you watch the girls?
Yeah. Because when you ask me, it's usually I just say, yeah, okay, cool. Then I ask her. I was like, hey.
Yeah. Or you'll say yeah and then you forget. So that's why sometimes I'll tell you, but rarely. And then I'm like, Juju, can you make sure? I told Keone to pick up the kids at 3, but can you make sure, you know,
that they get picked
he's
up?
He's like all over the place.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to him. Hi.
Oh, hi.
What's up, handsome? Yeah, look at him. That's cool. So, Uncle Cabby's he's babysitting for us while we do this podcast. So, shout out to Cabbage, man.
Shout out to Cabbage.
You know, and like I said earlier, dude, it's funny because all the kids love cabbage. Kids, they're not afraid of cabbage.
No, he's like a playground.
Yeah, I do totally. Like a big Portuguese teddy bear.
Mm-hmm.
But then, well, what were we talking about before? Oh, like how you guys, how you guys became friends, and how did that happen? Was it just from social media?
I think so.
Did you
I think so, yeah.
Oh well, because well, you made friends with Jade. Jade was the first girlfriend that you made friends with that I dated. Yeah, on that thing, and then after that, you were kind of just cool to everybody else. After that, well, there wasn't anybody else, just you, yeah. So
Yeah, that's good.
but
It was right. That
Yeah.
was right before me. Oh.
and then
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. Now I remember.
it opened up, that channel where you guys can actually be friends and stuff, and they call they call Julia Mama Bear, and I'm probably pretty sure they're probably scared to call. Did they always call her Mama Bear in front of you, or?
No, not always actually.
Mm-mm.
Kind of recently. Well, not recently, but I was fine with it.
Yeah, I was like, does your mom know? Like, did you ask her permission? Because I didn't want Haley to get mad at me.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we asked her.
Well, but see, that's one of those things that we have right now. It's really good. There's a high level of respect that we all share for each other, and that's why I think this conversation is good to put on a podcast and share with everybody, because a lot of people follow both of us on social media, and they used to just see us war. You know what I mean? And put all our dirty laundry out there. And that thing is gonna. And the thing about that too is it's probably still out there. It's gonna be on social media. If you ever screenshotted it and saved it, and they'll bring it up later when when they have nothing. And that's the thing. When they have nothing better in going for them in their lives, and we could say things that potentially our kids will read later on, and they'd be like, "What?" And they could form a kind of a negative opinion on their parents, or they could use it as an excuse to be that way too. And we definitely don't want our kids to take on our bad habits or whatnot. So I think that's kind of one of those. I think that's why this is such a good podcast for other people that are co-parenting, and out of relationships with their ex and stuff, to kind of help. They can kind of use us as example. If Haley, Keone, and Julia can do it, we can do it too. So
it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm super happy that you guys get along and stuff.
Yeah.
So are the kids. The kids are super stoked about that.
Yeah, they totally are. They, I always ask them, "Oh, you want to come with Daddy to work?" And they're just like, "Can we stay with Mama Bear?"
They don't even want to go with
I know,
him.
dude.
Or they'd be like, Daddy will kick us off our internet because he's playing his games, Mom.
I know, and I'm actually kind of sad that Taven won't play video games with me. Taven, bro, I'm pretty good, bro. You gotta add me so we can jam.
Even if you're listening.
He's too cool. Yeah, he probably is.
No, but I think I was just telling Julia about that too. He's like, okay, you know what? I want to do something cool for Taven's birthday, coming up.
Literally today we were talking about.
Yeah. I was like, 'cause, we did, and then, do Presley later, but.
I already bought all her party decorations.
Yeah.
It's already in.
So yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll do something cool like that with Taven and stuff, where, we get an Airbnb and stuff, and, with a pool, and invite a couple of his friends, and we'll set up our gaming systems, and that way that motherfucker gotta play with me, dude. Because he'll have the game out, just be like, yo, add Dad, put me on there, man. We'll jam together. So yeah, that's kind of cool. We were just talking about that today too. But yeah, I've always been like that too. Because I think that was the difference in our parenting ideals and stuff, is because, you have a couple of, both your parents are awesome. So you always had that, that blueprint. For me, it's just like, I've been raised by everybody. So it's like, it does take a village to raise a child. And I've always had
It does.
I've always had that mentality. And I think it's true because, like you're good with kids. And like I look at Paige and how good she is. She's just like little mini mom, but she better not have boyfriends or kids in the next 10 years. She can wait till she's 18.
Yeah.
I know. And she's like, she's a little sassy too.
She is. And she likes her crop tops and biker shorts.
I know.
She wasn't like that before. She was more conservative.
It's the whole
weird.
TikTok thing.
Yeah. And everyone always said we had to be worried about Presley, but no. I think it's Paige now.
No, I knew we didn't have to worry about I knew we didn't have to worry about Presley. Like Presley has a lot of she exhibits a lot of traits that like I had as a kid, but I'm just like, oh no, I hope she's not gonna be like manic depressive and stuff, but whatever.
No,
We'll definitely deal with that, when we have to deal with it. But she like everybody always says that about Presley. She's like an old soul. She likes to hang out with the with the parents more than she likes to hang out with the kids.
the kids, yeah.
She's although Paige is like really nurturing, and motherly and stuff, and Presley just likes to hang out with the older people.
Yeah, she does.
So, I mean, so is there anything that you feel that even in our friendship and stuff that you wish that we did sooner to get to this point where we can co-parent a lot easier and more beneficial for the kids and stuff?
Like I said, I think it was just me because you were always good with that. It was just me. I had a hard time letting things go,
Yeah, you just
So, and I think for me, it was like, I think we were both over each other in that type of way. Like, we didn't even want to be with each other, but I still felt a little territorial at the same time because, like, we had kids together, but I didn't want to be with you. You didn't want to be with me. So it was just like weird.
yeah.
But when I let that go, it's,
No, yeah, no, but
that makes any sense.
no, it does. The territorial thing, and that's the thing, like, when you guys we had that little falling out when we found out that Julia was pregnant and stuff, and we wanted to tell you, and we're kind of excited to tell you, and
Yeah.
and then
I know.
we're like,
I don't even like to think about that because I love that baby so much. So,
yeah,
I don't
but
talk
then
about that.
yeah, but I mean. It and it turned out, but we had to hit another rough patch. But I also, I think it's good for the listeners and stuff to understand that too. I understand the territorial thing too. You didn't want, me forgetting about our kids and just totally like, but then so you had these assumptions of how things would be and you reacted on it. So a lot of times, man, when you don't know, instead of just be patient, see where things are at, instead of just kind of reacting on your impulsive feelings. So I mean, I think that was a good kind of lesson right there, a good life lesson. So yeah, that that was cool. And then now we're
Look where we are today.
Yeah.
We're like super good.
yeah.
The baby loves her. The girls love the baby.
I know they
And
love their
We got
brother.
closer.
Yeah.
We got closer with the girls.
And that's the thing, like we have like both our families, love the girls. Your mom's a super grana, and Nana is just like,
Seriously.
I'm just like, oh, I get overwhelmed, how good she is with the kids. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
I never even talk about that being sad.
He wanted to cry at Paige's birthday party.
Go talk about that.
He was like, "This is so special."
And you
Yeah,
want
the
another
kids
glass
are
of wine?
blessed.
Now, yeah. So, I mean, since we didn't have it on record earlier, so Juju, like, what do you feel? What was the hardest thing about dating me? Then was it, was that ever a problem that I have baggage? I had kids, so was that?
I don't personally see kids as a baggage. I feel like that's made me love you more. Was that you had kids? I feel like what was hard about dating you was your lifestyle and how you had to travel and, have all these party events with beautiful women and just like, centering and putting my insecurities to the side and just really having to trust you was a lot.
Like you put, like you acted very inwardly, where Haley was just the opposite. She was very outward about it. I was that fucking bitch on your fucking Instagram and your story.
No, that just sounds so moco now that I think about it. Ugh.
Moco, yeah,
Yeah,
you.
no.
But yeah, no, even you and you have that right. You have the right to feel that way too, and that's the whole thing about like relationships and stuff. Like, even like me and Juju will never see the same situation with the same set of eyes 100% of the time. Just like we won't. And that's okay. Because in the end, things are gonna work out. Um, if there's something that you don't like about your relationship, let it play out. Let it see. Don't assume that you know where this is gonna end up.
Yeah.
Kind of just like let it end up that way if it's gonna end up that way, and then make a choice. But jumping to conclusions and stuff. I just think of that meme, yeah. I jump into conclusions meme.
Which one? There's so
Yeah,
much.
there's so many.
You're like
yeah.
jumping off a cliff or something.
yeah. But then instead of jumping to conclusions and stuff, like let things play out. And another thing I was like, I like to promote too, I like to promote girls not being bitter or hateful towards each other. Like being very supportive and saying, because then, like even when we were together, like I always said, how you stop somebody from being negative and talking shit and gossiping is say the person that they're talking shit about, saying negative things about, you always got to remember when you're not around, you're probably going to be,
The topic.
the topic, exactly. And then, but stop that right there. So say something nice about them, just be like, oh, well, that's funny because I think so-and-so is really pretty. Or say something positive. See if you can kind of like change that energy and stuff. So, if something bad or shady is going to happen, it's going to happen. We can't stop that, but assuming that we can stop that or that we can change that path and stuff to an extent where it, ruins the relationship that you are actually in right now without having any like facts is kind of, it's just like a little bit, it's almost like hustling backwards. So, so the hardest part was just what the lifestyle or my career. My career can be a little, can be a little intimidating, tough. Yeah, but like I was saying earlier too, the Instagram and social media is super fake, and people just put the most popping times that they're having together, and doesn't mean they're happy. It doesn't mean that that's what they're doing 100% of the time. It just means that it's a fun moment at the time, and they put in their story. But we're not, everybody's gonna put the story of the nice house in their, put that picture or video of the nice house in their story. But you got to think of what it took to build that, like the arguments, the hard work that went into it. And that stuff you won't see, nobody posts that stuff on social media.
Yeah. Just the highlights.
Just the highlights, yeah, it is. It's a real weird thing too. And I was always kind of wondering like how it affect, the girls and stuff, like I always want to, I always try to like tell them, Instagram shit is fake, like we do stuff and it's fun. It's just for entertainment. I tell girls that all the time. It's cool. It's just entertainment. This is not how they really live 100% of the time. Even these popular people that you guys like look up to on Instagram, man, that's a rented car. They don't have that. They don't live there. It's not real. But, pick a good career and you can work for those things and get those things. Yeah. So
But the thing that's what Paigey is like noticing. I feel like she's like social media. I mean, she doesn't have Instagram or anything, but or even she'll be like, Mom, Daddy has a lot of followers. Yeah, my dad is famous. Yeah. And I'm like, no, he's not famous.
you be sure. Yeah, you had to say that. No, he ain't famous, yo. That scrub. Your father is robber.
Nah, they love you. But I just didn't want her to think like that, you know?
Yeah. There's no it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. We gotta make sure that we don't let our kids put too much value in likes and being accepted by everybody. And that's what I love about Presley. She's got her own little swag, and she dresses funny like me, and she's very honest, and she likes to wear things that are fun, and but then that's what I like. Paige likes to wear stuff that like famous people wear.
Yes.
Or mommy wears.
Yeah. And then Presley likes to wear things that are fun. Yeah. And they're she
that
giggles.
make her feel good.
Yeah, totally. Like,
there was one. It was at Target. Was it a Care Bear? Or it was a bear? And it's such a different, because here Presley would look. I mean, Paigey would look for the shirt that has like the crop tops, and like I said, the biker shorts. And then Presley's looking, oh, that has a bear on it. I like that shirt, Mom.
Yeah,
it's cute.
Yeah, and she still likes plush animals. And
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. She has so much. Yeah. Every time we go in the store, Mom, can I get this bear? And I'm like, no. And then I end up getting it for her.
Yeah, totally.
Every weekend
she's like,
she comes over with
and then she's leaving it all over the house. And I'm like, Papa's going to throw it away. And he probably did. So that's why we keep buying more.
Yeah. Well, even me, like I tell them too, everybody thinks like I'm rich. I'm not rich, but I'm just not broke.
Your daughters think you're rich.
Yeah.
Presley, Mommy, Daddy had a lot of, or what did she say? Oh, in his drawer or something. And it had rubber bands on it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, and then you told her, hey, grab a couple.
Yeah, she goes, no, that's bad. I said, just take it. Daddy won't notice.
Yeah, she told it.
It's so funny, dude. But then, but one thing about me is I still make the kids work for stuff that they want. Like, okay, you want that eye pencil, do chores, Swiffer the downstairs, clean the bathroom, or we have like yard days and stuff. And but then, even at Julia's mom's house, at Nana's house, they do that like
every weekend.
Every weekend they have in the morning. It's dedicated, and I go over there. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, man, they're just all.
Yo, your mom runs a tight camp over here, dude.
Yeah, because Paigey said, Mom, we can't wear crop tops to Nana's house. Yes.
I'm always like, Paige,
so
can you wear a normal shirt?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, let me see if I have one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, this girl.
I know. That's what. But at her birthday party, like your mom bought her some crop tops.
Oh, Mom bought her.
Yeah, so much stuff too. She had like a ton of gifts, and I was just like, holy. I told Julia, I was like, fuck, you always have birthdays like this when you're young. She's like, yeah. I, like, I never had that shit. So I don't like being involved in those things, or I have a hard time because I don't know how to put it together real good like you guys. But
my mom had to, because she is a single parent like my whole life. So she wanted to always make like our birthdays super special because we didn't have like our dads,
my thing was just like, I never had this kind of shit when I was young. So
that's Keone for you. Because I was the same. We like to make parties and baby shower, whatever it is, especially my
Christmas,
mom. You know what I mean? Yeah. So same like yours. And Keone was always like, well, I never had this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, Keone.
Keone's like, every day's your birthday.
Yeah.
I always buy you guys stuff.
Well, that's the truth, but I don't know. Yeah, I have a,
It is, but you gotta make their birthdays super special.
Yeah.
I don't want them to. I don't like them to expect things. That's why, like, I want them, to learn how to work for things and not expect things, because, expectations just always lead to disappointment. So that's one thing. Like, we're probably all conflicted on, because I'm just like, I like to do random fun things. Not.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because I'm different. So what do you think Was so for you, Julia, was the hardest thing or the dating me? What's the weirdest thing or
I thought we said that already.
no, but like how I'm like no, but like how like does it ever bother
Like
you
the
that
weirdest thing?
I have yeah, like I like to watch cartoons and
The weirdest thing.
I watch cartoons and aliens all the time.
Oh God. Let's not even get me started on aliens. I hate aliens. I don't like aliens are spooky to me and I hate spooky stuff. So
Haley's the opposite because
Yeah.
Haley
I know Presley told me.
And
that-
Presley loves spooky stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's like, I just watched a scary movie with mommy, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And me and Paige are like, no.
Yeah.
yeah,
She doesn't like-
Paige is no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right, dude. But then even Haley, like Haley would always want to watch like scary movies, and then
Yeah.
she she'd close her eyes and she kind of look at them, and I'm just like, yo, fool, you don't want to
I
watch
know.
this.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Remember I bought you a Kim Kardashian book because
I
like
know.
she loves Kim Kardashian, and so I bought her like a Kim Kardashian photo album when she did a book of selfies and stuff, and she'd look through a couple of pages. She's like, oh my god, I cannot. Throws the book down,
I
dude.
know, I remember that.
It's like, what? You wanted this book. You were stoked about this book. Now you can't look at it. She's too pretty.
Who is that?
Haley, like Kim Kardashian, like
Oh.
even like when Keeping Up with the Kardashians would come on TV and stuff, she'd start to watch it. She's oh my god, I cannot. We gotta turn the station.
How come?
I know, it sounds silly,
But I guess she was just like she always felt like Kim's just like too pretty, and it pissed her off, dude. It's just like turn the station.
And now she over here looking like Kim K, flexing on us.
But okay, well, Haley, your turn. Was the hardest thing, in our relationship when we were dating and stuff? What was the most difficult thing about like, dating me?
I mean, again, besides your lifestyle, I think the other biggest thing was that you're the kind of person that likes to be by yourself. So like you would like make me and the kids leave the house. And I would be so mad because I'm like, Keone, where are we gonna go? And because you're so like, you like to be in your own world. You don't want no distractions. The kids coming in and out of the room.
Yeah.
And that was like really hard because I'm like, I don't even know where we want to go. Or we'd go to the park or...
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like
To me, you're a hard person to be with. So that's why it's good with her. See me, I'm very confrontational. Like I'll like just lose it at any time. And then Julia, it's good. You guys make a good match because she's more calm and it balances you guys out.
Well, she's just like she's just kind of one of those. It's like, okay, cool. Laters. I'm going to my mom's.
Yeah.
And or even like when like I'm like talking to her, because like I have weird sleep habits too, yeah. And I'm just like, I'll watch TV and she's like, oh my God, turn that off. Go to the freaking gallery, dude. And I was like,
Oh yeah, you're
2 o'clock
aliens.
Yeah, no, that's another thing because his sleep. So he can wake up at 2 o'clock, turn all the lights on, and it's like you're so tired, and it's just like we all gotta wake up. Fucking, it was irritating.
It is irritating. He still does that till today.
Or any of his friends or your nephew. I mean, what's his name? You would like, poor thing. He would be like sleeping out cold, and it was like he was in the freaking army. Keone, you better get up. Dubes, he probably knows that lifestyle too.
Oh,
that?
Yeah, what
Kaleo?
dude? Yeah,
Yeah,
Kaleo.
Kaleo, yeah.
Poor thing, and he's like half sleeping, but he can't say shit.
Well, that's how I am. Like when that's why I have a hard time sleeping. And that's why my sleep habits are so off. Like I'll get an idea and I want to build on the idea already. So I'm just like, I can't go back to
Yeah.
sleep. And then I'm just like, okay, fuck, hey, dude, we gotta go do this right now. But, and that's the reason why like the brands did, it did so well is because, it was just like, I think of like, I look at all these things that other people aren't doing. And I said, oh, we got to do this and we got to do it now. We got to do it before they do it. Because every once in a while, like, like they'll do, like fitted or even Hawaii's Finals, they'll put out a design that I was thinking about putting and I didn't pull the trigger on it. And I feel like, oh man, they did it before me. Fuck. You know, and I'm pretty much my worst critic too. So, you know, yeah, I got to learn how to probably just balance that shit off in a little bit more thoughtful way for the people around me. Yeah. But shit, dude, we get shit done though, right, dupes?
I think you did.
Sometimes.
Dupes
I
have
think
been
you
through
did,
it all.
though.
Yeah, dupes.
Yeah.
I think you did get better though. Like instead of
Yeah.
turning on all the lights, I
Yeah.
feel like you just go to work. You just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I got, when COVID started, I got into playing video games again.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
I got super heavy into playing video games.
Yeah.
And then, me and Julia broke up twice. She moved back.
Twice? No, more like 5 times.
Yeah. But one of the things, and she never fully moved back in
I didn't.
fully. Yeah, dude.
I have a whole ass room at my
At your
mom's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
the
like you're
girls-
at your mom's more. I guess because he's not home, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the girls, and
Yeah, and
they
the
have
girls
fun
have-
over there.
Yeah. So
Oh, the girls love going over there too.
Yeah.
when I moved all of my stuff out though, the girls were like, "Are you and Daddy like
I know.
okay?" I was like,
Oh.
"Oh my god, like I have to.
Yeah.
I have to like move back in because I don't want them feeling like
Oh, yeah.
abandoned."
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't like, like when they're younger, it didn't, it wasn't affecting them as much, and I still think it was funny that they get so much aunties.
Fuck, not for
Yeah.
Haley. She must have been pissed off about that.
I'd be like, oh, you guys get so pretty aunties, huh? But yeah. But then,
Pretty, but
as we got older and stuff now, like holidays, like, oh, wait, it hurts their feelings. And,
mm-hmm.
I was like, oh man, okay. I'll stop playing video games, Julia. But then right there, I set my Xbox up in Paige's room. Yeah.
I know.
And I was like, I'm going to spend time with the kids. I go down there and play video games, dude.
I know.
So is there an Xbox in the girls' room too?
Mhm.
Yeah, but they
there-
play it. Yeah.
Paige plays Fortnite.
Yeah. And like that's the thing but that's the weird thing about video games and stuff. Like I can't knock it because I know kids who make a very good living playing video games now. And esports is a huge thing. So it's different, like just like back in the day, fighting, like look at the kind of paydays Cabbage used to get and BJ used to get compared to the paydays that Max Holloway guys get now, huge difference, what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's always, that's always, I always like take, I try to encourage the kids to get jobs and pursue their passions, things that they like to do, things that they can do every day for the rest of their lives and things that they get excited about, And if video games is going to be one of those things, man, I just, like Tay, I want, if you're going to do this, so I was like, I'll get you the best computer. What does Tay want? Best computer. We're going to get him the best everything so that, shit, we never know, dude. He might be making millions of dollars on a pro team, esports team one day. And, I like to just say, who bought you that computer, bro? Me.
That's all he does. He doesn't even eat. And he'll stay up till like 5 a.m.
I know. That's why I want to
The
play with him,
neighbors
too.
probably can hear him because he stays at my parents'.
Yeah. He just yells.
Yeah. And then he'll sleep all day. But he's a good kid,
Oh, he
and
totally
he
is.
does his work. And
Yeah.
so I don't really give him too much
Slack about
it. But it is kind of getting a little bit too much. But it's not like he can play any sports right now. He was doing paddling, flag football, then just started tackle again. But then it got shut down because of COVID. So I don't know. Too
Yeah.
bad he wasn't into surfing or something. I wish he would get out more.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, because I would always want to take him surfing too. But
Yeah.
then you're like, no. Mama, I have a dream about him drowning.
I know.
You
Well,
cannot
every
take
time
him.
with the water, my parents made me fear the water, so I don't like my kids. Yeah.
And then, I started hunting with your dad, and I'd be like, oh, let's take Tay hunting. And he's like, oh, man, that kid, all he do is play video games.
Hunting was not for him.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he still likes it
No, because my dad will ask, and he'll be like,
because he wants to play video games.
yeah,
that's why.
but he doesn't want to tell my dad no.
yeah.
But my dad's like, no sense, take him if he's not going to enjoy it. So I just don't think hunting is his thing.
Mhm. I mean, shoot, all this like even for hunting, like I really got back into it when I moved over here and stuff. So
Even for you, I wouldn't have thought that would be something that you would have liked to do.
no, because I'm a like I'm a doomsday prepper almost, and I got to this, I believe that something is gonna happen in the world that we're really gonna have
Yeah.
to learn these, have these certain skill sets and be able to hunt, fish, and dive,
Mhm.
for our food and stuff. So like I was, and I once I get into something, I become very like I obsess about
Yeah.
it, and I want to be really good at it. So I go fucking hard on it, and kind of consumes my life for a little while. Then I back down on it, and then I'm just like, okay. Then I start something new that I kind of enjoy, and then it becomes, I become obsessed about it again, and then when I get good at it, then that's kind of when like I start to back off, and I'm like kind of good at it. I'm just like, okay, I'm better than you guys, so I'm cool now.
Okay, deflate your head a little bit.
No way. Okay, so yeah, we did about an hour. So any anything you guys want to share with our listeners about co-parenting and
Mm.
what you have some good input too, because
Yeah.
you offer a you know uh, like an outside opinion of how it is to co-parent and get along with you know both parties, and kind of mediate
I
things
feel like it's
sometimes.
not a hard thing to do. Like if you want to be with someone, then putting in effort to get to know their other baby's mom, it's not going to be hard. And
Yeah, and it shouldn't.
it shouldn't be hard, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like the response I got from Haley was really good. She was really nice. And
Mhm.
I think she liked that I respected her and I
Yeah.
understood my place in, how do you say, like this family dynamic.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't trying to change anything.
Mhm. Like you weren't coming in just saying like I'm your mom now, or you weren't
Oh
putting
yeah, no.
you weren't putting in it's like I do more for you than your mom, and that's
Yeah,
another
definitely
important
not.
thing that like girls and guys should never get into that like a little pissing contest, or if you if you take on that role and stuff as another parent or somebody to look up to, that
Mm-hmm.
you do it in a very mature way where it's just beneficial for the child, and you let the child
Yeah,
still
exactly.
Yeah.
kind of make their own choices, and you're
Mhm.
still very supportive of that, and let them grow and get used to things
Mm-hmm.
in on their time in a way that they're comfortable with, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, I like that answer. Okay, so Haley, what would you like to share about co-parenting? What do you think like helped our relationship, co-parenting, and what do you think, you can critique me. What do you think? What do you feel like I could have did that would have helped this process, you know, come about sooner? Or
I mean, like I said, like I'm gonna be honest, I feel like you were always that person to try to, bring everything together, and you would try to comfort me, and it's gonna be okay, or I love my kids, it's not gonna be different, or all this kind of stuff. And it was more me that I had to like come to senses with it and just be like, let it all go,
Mhm.
But I mean, in the end, it's just better for the kids. I mean, like for you guys, I consider you guys family. Any ideas or anything in like life, like I always reach out to you and I let you know.
Mhm.
It just makes everything more easier,
Yeah.
and everyone's happy, everyone's good. Like I said, I consider you guys my family.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I know. I don't get like that. So that's heavy, but woo. Okay.
Life is good though. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I've always been supportive. So for you guys out there, no, but for like a lot of guys too, guys feel like, when their baby's moms are moving on and in a happy relationship, like scrap that fucker. He's unscrubbed, da da da. Totally wrong way to go about things. Be friends with them, before you don't pass judgments on, the other guy in their life now, in your kid's life now, before getting to know them. Like I give everybody a fair shake at things, yeah. And I was just like, oh yeah, man, fuck, I hope you date somebody rich, so so I'm not gonna give you money all the time, but I even joke around with her too. I was like, for Christmas, I was like, I'm gonna buy you guys a same Louis Vuitton bag, dude.
She's so dumb.
She's like, what? No, it has to be at least a different color or something. Yeah. Then she saw your bag, dude, and she's like,
yeah. I was like, did you buy that?
You bought that?
No, you know what is so funny is the day I came. Well, I flew to Oahu to take my exam for my hair thing, and I told myself only if I pass the exam, I'll buy the bag. I didn't pass it, and my friend that I was with that day, she's like, no, you get it. You deserve it. Just get it. Who cares? So I ended up buying it. But anyways, when I came home with the yellow or orange bag, the girls were like, Mom, did you take that from Daddy's house? I was like, oh my God, no. You guys should be proud of me. This is the first time Mommy bought her own. But that was the first thing. They thought I took it from your house.
That's so cute.
well, Haley, I'm proud of you, and you deserve that fucking bag.
I know.
Bro.
Yeah.
There's in one of the most like influential books in my life, which was Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. He talked about Henry Ford buying a first class ticket. And back then it was trains, but he bought a first class ticket for himself because he wanted to see that if he chased his dream and his passion, how he would get to live. And he couldn't afford first class. That's the thing. He spent all his money, on feeling how it would be to live. So like when you do something like that too, it's like it felt good, right? To purchase, like buy it for yourself, buy yourself. So that's a good thing, and that in turn like makes you feel good, and it's one of those things that it just promotes that personal financial growth. Like, okay, well, I like how that felt. I like this bag. I earned it. I deserve it, and I know what I did to get here, and to go out and get it. And yes, that's a cool thing. Yeah, just wanted to share that story.
So now you can get that heart. Did you see the heart Louis Vuitton one?
Yeah, the one
it was
you
always like sold out.
That's the one
You can go buy it for me and
Oh yeah, I can buy you guys the same one so you guys get pissed off.
Nah, I won't. I'll be fine.
I see all her posts, so I know which bags she wants. So if you ever want to get her a bag, you take me with you.
Yeah.
I'd be
that
watching
one's
her
always.
stories.
And there was another one, and I thought of him. It was
The neon one.
Yeah, the neon one. I was like, that looks like Keone. That's something Keone would like.
You're like, this one's so cute.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Duffel one, yeah?
Yes.
I like that one too. Okay, well, thank you, Haley, and thank you, Juju, for agreeing to be on this podcast about co-parenting.
Yay.
Okay, cool. We're gonna close out the Round Block podcast, and I will put I'll put Haley's salon on there if you guys want to get you guys a cutter color. Man, she's been in the game for 13 years, and she's really good at it. And if you guys have noticed, my hair has been really bushy. It's because I've been saving my hair to get like super moleps, so that Haley would look at Doobie, when I said that, bro.
That's what he calls me.
Yeah, but then so that I could get my hair cut in her salon for the first time, and I'll do a before and after picture and stuff.
You better hope she's not all booked up.
I know. She's been texting me, can you? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it. And it just never, because he's always busy too. It never works out.
I've been asking her to cut your hair for weeks.
I know, dude. And I've been
And she's always like, yeah. And then you never go. And I'm like, ugh.
Something comes up and I'm just like, shit, well,
Yeah.
I had to work. Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
you.
Round Block Podcast. Shoot.
Peace.